We're back again with a new episode of Family and Life Update. Okay, we did that early, get it out of the way. So this is really a weekly show. We've been doing this for a month now, a little over a month now, that looks through the lens of faith, family, and life. And we see what's going on around the world, especially the Catholic world, especially here in the Philippines. And we look through it through the lens of faith, family, and life, right? All right, so thank you for joining us every week. For those who keep tuning in, our new viewers, please subscribe if you're on YouTube, or like the page if you're on Facebook, and help me out with this little project of mine of really talking about different things that are going on through the lens of faith, family, and life. All right, we have a few things going on, things that have happened this week. For our first news item, in the Archdiocese of Manila, a center for exorcism is rising. So the Manila Archdiocese is going to build an Archdiocesan Center for Exorcism. Most probably the first in Philippines, maybe even in Asia, and maybe even the world. I haven't researched if there's actually one in the world. So it will house the Archdiocese of Manila Commission on Extraordinary Phenomena, the Ministry of Exorcism Office, the Ministry on Visions and Phenomena Office, and will serve as the headquarters of the Philippine Association of Catholic Exorcists. So we're very excited for this. I think it's really needed in the world today. I mean, how else can you explain the things that are going around the world if it's not really the evil one and evil spirits just taking over? I mean, the wokeness in the West that is little by little coming in to the Philippines, the crazy things that you see online, these social media apps that just push all this liberal content to you. I mean, and the people behind them, I mean, how else can you explain it? So thank you, Father Joseph Sikia, who's been a good friend, and we've been able to get to speak to our community so many times. Thank you, Father Joseph, for this initiative, and the Philippines sorely needs this. It's really, I believe it's really going to help refocus and re-energize us to what truly should be our focus, and where we should be moving forward. Take away everything else that should not be around and maybe influencing us negatively. So, yan. The Center for Exorcism, we're very excited about that. And that's one of the biggest news. They had their groundbreaking. So, congratulations again. Another news that we've seen online is that the Papal Nuncio, Archbishop Charles John Brown, met with President-elect Bongbong Marcos, and he said, it says here, they had a very productive, encouraging, and positive discussion. And BBM assured he desires to cooperate closely with the Church and the Holy See and the Vatican. So this is good news, though he's probably saying that to everybody who meets them. I mean, he's the president-elect, so you can't really do your big moves. But this is a good sign. I think it tells us that, hey, maybe there's hope. Again, it's a very sensitive issue, and a lot of people are still sensitive about it. A lot of people still troll each other regardless of the side they were on during the elections. But we have to start looking at the positive things. And if President-elect Marcos wants to work with the Catholic Church, then that definitely is a positive thing that we should look at and be hopeful for, that maybe we will be able to still continue having good laws and good moves, good direction in terms of faith, family, and life. And that's what we're looking at. So we're trying to look at the positive things that can come out of the different cooperation moves between the church and the incoming administration. Just updates on certain issues that we talked about during the past episodes. First is outgoing President Duterte was really sorry for approving E-Sabong. He apologized for the effects, and he ordered to end the online activities. So that's a good thing. It was really a mistake, I think, on well, everyone's part to really approve that. It really destroyed so many lives. It made people addicted to gambling. Yeah, and during the campaign of Buhay Partylist, we've seen so many, and we've heard so many stories about that really wasn't good. And it's great that it's ended. Hopefully, it really is ended. I don't know, in the Philippines how things go, but hopefully it doesn't make a comeback, because it really did not help the Filipino family and individuals. It was not good at all. So thank you for that. And well, looking back, we should never have approved it in the first place. Second update is Guanzon, the former COMELEC commissioner, is now going to be the representative of the P3PWD party list. So the 5 nominees that we talked about, they all resigned, and so they put her in. So that's what she complained about with Duterte Youth when Cardema tried to do it. I guess she learned and she did it herself. So the party list system really needs a lot of improvements. I mean, now that you see the different party lists, will see, oh, we can do that. So what will they do? They'll have a fake list of nominees. Maybe they'll have artistas, popular people, Instagrammers, influencers that will help them win. And then when they win, all those will resign and the real ones step in. So I think it's a very bad backdoor approach. It's a very bad precedent. And it's something that is another complication in Philippine politics that, people are just using for their own personal gain. It's very unfortunate. Okay, and the last topic that we want to talk about is these different posts. It came out on the Miss Universe Instagram page. And I mean, you don't want to call it a woman's uterus, just a uterus. You don't want to call it these things that you don't even want to call a woman a woman. Not all women menstruate, which is true. And not all people who menstruate are women. What is that? I mean, come on. That's just insane that people will go so far into wokeness that they will start using these ideas that aren't even facts, that aren't even true. It's just amazingly idiotic that this organization that should promote the woman is now saying that anybody could be a woman. I mean, they already did it a few Miss Universes ago when they had Miss Spain, who was actually a man, compete. Now, I bet you, maybe in the next one there'll be more of that, and eventually you'll have the most beautiful woman in the universe actually be a man. You've seen it in sports, you've seen it in so many other areas in society that's happening, especially in the West, and you'll eventually see it there. I mean, there's no end. If you let them put their foot in the door, they'll just smash in the door and they'll come in. So, I mean, calling out Miss Universe, what is that about? I mean, you are teaching the wrong thing. You are focusing your influence on the wrong things. There are better things that you can push. There are better things that you can be passionate about that will really build up women all around the world. So, calling you out, there are better things to do with your influence than this. And maybe there's also a reason why the Center for Exorcism is sorely needed because of things like this. I mean, how else would you explain how these things get into the minds of people? So, those are very impassioned words from me this week. But there are some things that you see online that just trigger you, and you just need to have a stand and you need to speak about it. And yesterday I spoke to a company about fatherhood. That's another issue that maybe we can talk about more in the future, about how fathers should step up, especially Filipino fathers, because look at what's happening in the world. We definitely need more fathers to really step up and take their role back as really fathers, as really people who form the family and lead the family. It's all connected. If you attack the family, attack the motherhood of the mothers. If you attack the womanhood of women, if you attack the fatherhood of men, then the family collapses, society collapses. It's all connected. And we're seeing that little by little, and hopefully this little project of mine, this little show of mine, can help open our eyes weekly about the things that are happening, not only in the Philippines, but all around the world, as we see it through the lens of faith, family, and life. All right, thank you for joining us again. Sorry about my voice. It's been hoarse the past few days, lots of things going on, but thank you for joining us again. as we have this family and life update. And remember, buhay mo mahalaga. God bless. See you soon.